Coach Lunga, welcome back, my brother. Sharp. Yeah, we are back from the tournament in Saudi Arabia. Played 4 games. If you can just take us through the 4 games, what transpired and what are the lessons?
First of all, let me take this opportunity to thank our president and the chairman of the club of Mamelodi Sundowns for giving us this opportunity to go and experience and give these young boys the experience for them to go and play with the big teams outside. Okay, with the tournament, it was a good tournament. From the first game to the last game, it was very, very good, especially when it comes to a tactical approach, the way they were challenging us as coaches, also to be able to adapt and be able to change the tactics within the game. Especially when you look at the first game that we played, we started very well, we dominated the game. It's just that there were few opportunities that we couldn't convert, and also the way we've conceded, it was the ball that we were not supposed to concede because it was via the deflection, and again it was coming right from our mistake. But all in all, I can say on that first game, the way we played, I was so happy the way the boys they executed themselves, the way we took care of the ball, because there you couldn't see that we had the small boys, especially the likes of SJ, who did very well against the 14-year-olds, talking about the 11-year boy, and also the rest of the team that was 13, that did very, very well in all the departments, in defense, in the middle, even to go forward. It was very, very good, and also about the structure of the team, because it was something that was very, very excellent. And with going to the second game against Fluminense, that was one of the games that was so challenging to us. Number one, physically, but what we went with there, we told the boys that technically we are good, technically we are better, and then we must try to avoid the contact, and that also helped us a lot, because the way we moved the ball, it was so surprising to see the way the boys, they were so taking care of the ball, the positioning that we had, the way we were so moving the ball. It was good for us, and it showed also the level of the boys, the growth in them, to say, at least we saw the growth technically, tactically, the way we move the ball, the way we're covering the pitch, because there was what is very important is to cover the pitch. And you could see that when we went to play against Man City, the way we were trying to cover the pitch, the way Man City also was covering the pitch, it was a very good pound to pound, because age-wise and the strength, the height, and then it was a good test for our boys. But we could see that the way we were taking care of all the departments and all the areas of the pitch, Man City, they tried, and we went with the good analysis that we went with, because when we sat down and analyzed their games, we could see that it's a team that plays like us. It's a tiki-taka football. They don't lose the ball, but their weakness, it was when it comes to pressing. When we started to press them high, then it was so difficult for them to come out. And there are some of the goals that we stole from the pressing for us to convert them, and which it was very, very good for us. And even with them also, the way they were covering the pitch, even when they changed their tactics, they tried to put more numbers in the middle, and then it also forced us also to put more numbers, and we dominated them even much better when it comes to the play, when it comes for us to move the ball. And what we've learned also from there, that is something that we came back with. It's for us to work more on the close control of running with the ball. It's for us also to work more on moving the ball quick, because the difference between us and them, they were taking less touches on the ball, but then us, we were quick to press them, and then us, we were patient on the ball, and then it was difficult for them to steal the ball from us, because their pressing was not coordinated. That's how we managed to get even that 4-2 goal. Even the way the goals we scored, it was a very, very wonderful goals that we scored, all of them, right from the penalty to the last goal that we scored. It was a team goals that we scored. It was not a goal that you can say it was an individual goals. And then going to the game against Cruz from Mexico, Also, we did very well, creating chances. We couldn't convert. It's just that it was a pity that we had to concede in the critical phase where they hit the ball with our goalkeeper with the long shot out of the box. And to be honest, it was a good strike. There was nothing he can do. And I know people will say, why you took out Makonono and put him for... Okay, Makonono was not okay, he had a groin, that's why we had to take him out. But also Mpo coming in, he did very, very well. He helped us to in build-up to go out with him, also the understanding of the game. But the overall of the tournament, I can say, if they were saying there's a home and away, and then we're going to play the second game with all those teams, I think we're going to do even much, much better, because now we understood, we saw how they play, we saw how they do things. And I can say, us as South Africans, to be honest, we are not far. We are not far, because technically we are even much better than Brazil, Mexico, because there it's all about strength and physique, but against Man City, you could see that we are at the same level when it comes to technique and tactics, because we managed to do very, very well against them.
Coach, you mentioned that that's what I'm interested in, the levels between us and those teams, and you mentioned that you're on the same level, but something to consider is that you took an under-13 team, whereas the tournament was an under-14 tournament, and therefore there had a lot of 14-year-olds. I don't want to talk about Fluminense.
Yeah.
They had a lot of 14-year-olds, you had 13-year-olds and 12 and 11-year-olds. So there was an age gap, which explains perhaps their physicality. But you say in terms tactically and technical, we're on par.
Yeah, no, technical and tactical were on par. Physically and the age-wise, yes, they were ahead of us with physique and also the age. But what also helped us, our preparation was very, very good. And I must give credit to the whole technical team we were working together with them throughout the preparation, because we were making sure that we play against the under 14s, the under 15s, because we knew what we're going to face on the other side. And those preparations, they gave confidence to the boys. That's why it was not difficult for them to be able to play against those big boys, And that is something that we have learned to say, going forward, the preparation is very, very key, because if you prepare very well, then it's easy for us to be able to compete on the other side.
Coach, it's a team sport. You go there and play as a team, but we have to talk about the young man, the youngest, the tiniest, SJ. In the first game against the home side, he stands up and takes the first penalty and puts it in the back of the net.
Yeah, the difference between our boys and SJ, I think SJ is young, but he has a big heart. And the confidence in him, it's something that is very, very recommendable to him, because the boy has a big heart and he has a good confidence, and it's something that I always recommend him with that, because it's what we need. And some of the games that we lost, to be honest, is the games that we lost because of we were the character, not because we're not playing well, but the teams that we played against them, they were more motivated than us. And then us, the character was not that good, because I'm sure if everyone had the same character of SJ, we had the same character of Shaka, I think we're gonna even be way, way better than what we presented there, But the other thing that I liked with the organizers and everyone that was there, everyone was talking about our play, the boys, they are too small. And whenever you get into the pitch, they only see the small boys, and then they start to ask questions. Hey, why this team came with the small boys? But the moment we start to play, then that's where they get a shock of their life, And to be honest, as I say, with SJ, I like the heart that he has. It's one boy that is gonna go far. Yes, with all of our boys, there's future in them. But looking at SJ on his age, then it's a special one that we need to make sure that we take care of him.
Coach, this is a valuable experience for the boys, something that they can build on going forward. What is the plan for this particular age group going forward within Mamelodi Sundowns?
I think the plan with this group to going forward, the nice thing is that those that won't be ready to compete in the under 15s, then GDL managed to give us an opportunity to have the under 14s, which is just to close that gap. It's not like they are not ready to go there, but as I say also, the gap that GDL introduced to close it, it's very good for them, especially for those that physically they're not yet there. They can still play the under 14s. Some they will play under 15s, but every one of them, they deserve to play in the under 15s. And with this experience, I'm sure that we will use it here in South Africa to make sure that we continue to develop these boys accordingly.
Coach, thank you very much for your time. You can go rest now.
Thank you.